Guides, angels, ancestors of love and light that wish well upon us, ascended masters, galactic beings, I ask that you be with us today so we may collect to the divine masculine in the collective. Protect from any distorting energies and or intentions. I call upon you, Archangel Michael, for this work. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. I ask that you sharpen my intuition, sharpen my knowings, and allow me to truly be able to show up in service, in harmony, in sync with the divine. We are so very blessed and thankful for the opportunities to express our gifts, talents, and abilities. Thank you for allowing us to be incarnated in such a wonderful and transformative time. Glory be to all that is love. And with that, I say amen. Hello, everyone, and welcome. For those of you guys that are new, welcome. My name is Andy. For those of you guys that have returned and worked with me before, thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being along for this ride. And thank you, most of all, for working on yourselves and bringing yourselves to a higher place of flow. If you guys have not noticed, these readings are shifting and they're changing and they're evolving. And the way I show up is changing and shifting and evolving, as it should. Okay? I got a channeling and a message very clearly from Michael that the divine masculine is where my work and where my contribution is going to be most potent, most powerful, most important. Now, keep in mind that the masculine and the divine masculine does not just refer to men. It refers to all sexes, everyone. But we all have the archetypes living within us: the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the inner child, the shadow, and the light. And because of this, it allows us to be able to compartmentalize and address different aspects of our frequencies and different aspects of our needs and the full encompassing picture of what our souls are. Okay. I have some collective messages, so don't feel discouraged if you're a female, because a lot of us that have been going about this spiritual growth have been doing it from the perspective of the feminine. And from the vantage point of the feminine, exploring the feminine, deepening spiritually, and so much more. But the masculine is what's needed this year. So I want to sort of address some of the cards that I pulled already. And, the regular applies. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're interested in a more in-depth reading and you want to support me and my ability to be able to continue to show up in this way, don't hesitate to message me. My information for private bookings and so on and so forth is in the description box. But what I got was no longer half-assing it. No longer half-assing it. And a big part of that is we've been sort of drudging forward, especially in 2021, putting a lot of the weight on the feminine, Why? Because that is what we know to be tried and true. And when we think about feminine energy, we think about the moon, emotions. We think about spirituality, spirit, the world of spirit. We think about the womb of creation. We think about space, intergalactic space, universal space, like space up there. And this is sort of just sitting in a receiving mode, right? This is basically, in many ways, it's receiving. It's being open to receiving, being open to receive the answers. However, we have struggled in taking those answers and going forth with them, allowing our confidence within ourselves, the confidence and the knowing that the feminine brings in, taking that and allowing the masculine to provide, to understand its abilities of how it can provide, and putting that into action, physically moving forward, building something from there. And that is where a lot of you guys are slipping up. And that's where a lot of us, it's not even you, it's us. That's where we slip up, because we assume that in the receiving, everything else will fall into place. But there are other steps to be taken. The first card that I pulled for this was the Knight of Chalices in the reverse. And the Knight is typically not someone who sticks around. It's an inconsistency, even in the upright. And in the reverse, it's even a knowing of moving forward, almost like aimlessly. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Emotionally, even reactively moving forward, doing what it is that you need to do to receive what it is that you're channeling, right? Being able to bring it into the 3D. But you are moving forward, being reactive, not really tuning into how to take what it is that you've received and make it something, what to do with it, how to work with it, how to work with the feminine, and how to take what the feminine offers and bring it forth into the physical. But this approach has been the approach so far, and it is not working for us. The next card we have up is the Chariot card, which is really interesting because most Chariot cards are depicted by two horses, and they are there, but they're a sphinx in this card deck, and it's the shadow and the light. But behind, who's being dragged along? The masculine and the feminine. And I think it's quite interesting that the masculine here is the one looking back, because he's who our attention is being drawn to within us. And the masculine, it has been half-assing it, being dragged along by the feminine, but not really being given the credit it deserves. And a lot of this comes in with confidence, because with the star in the reverse, there's only 4 cards sort of setting this tone for this reading. And the star card in the reverse, Aquarius energy, is representing the lack of confidence. I was talking about my download the other day about the false erection, right? And think of it as fool's gold. This energy of feeling like you've latched on, you've gotten into something, there's something here, right? But acknowledging in the same token that it's really just a pathway. It's an opportunity to get further. And if you think about a false erection in reference to lust versus when it's deeper, when there is a not just a primal, but a spiritual charge, sexual charge that's there, that takes it further, that makes it deeper, that makes it last, that makes it more, that fulfills you further, right? And it doesn't just apply to sexuality, it applies to all things. And with the star card in the reverse, there is a need. She's naked. She's sitting here naked, working with the waters. But there is a deep need. Excuse me, Aquarius energy. I hope I got that correct. I think I said something else before. The star is Aquarius energy. There's a need for confidence, of knowing. The divine feminine will strip us bare. But once that stripping has happened, are we able to look at ourselves in the mirror and really appreciate what's there? Are we able to lift ourselves up and say, everything that's here has X amount of potential? The masculine can suss out the feminine and see what the potential is. But when our masculine is wounded, when our masculine hasn't been able to live or guide us, and we haven't been able to give it the chance, i.e., we haven't had the confidence to take what the feminine has given us and bring it forth, put in the work, then we're stuck. Because a lot of us are in situations that we can't get out of. It's almost like spirit has put us, the divine has put us between a rock and a hard place. And it is a supreme blessing to be in such a position, because that is where all the potential lies. That is where so much can happen. That's where there's so much potential. The divine feminine has already spoken to the masculine and allowed the masculine, let the masculine know what it is what it is that you together are going to create, and what it is that you have the power to influence. And so it shall be. This creation is brought into life. Justice card, Libra energy. Hey, we love Libra energy. And the Hermit card in the reverse. It's no longer a time to dwell and to sit and to saturate yourself in the downloads and everything you receive and all of this information. And they're telling me as well, when your masculine is not in balance with your feminine, then it brings the feminine's messages into the mental, and it even can construe it, can distort it, right? The masculine wants to take action, right? So then once it reaches the mental, that is actually a natural process, but it's only reaching the mental to try to understand what steps need to be taken to bring this into fruition based on all the knowledge that you know. How do I take all of the downloads, every spiritual nugget of gold that I've received? How do I take it and make it something that actually brings me some blessings in my material world, and also allows me to sort of create what it is that the feminine is painting, this picture that the feminine is painting? How do I make that real? And the masculine will take that, bring it into the mental energy, and allow it to sort of run circles around it until it sort of distorts it, chips it away piece by piece, until you have a lack of confidence in it, and then you are back to the drawing board, receiving from the feminine and not knowing what to do with it. And this has been a process that has been happening within the spiritual community. A lot of the awakened souls that are from these past few waves have been experiencing this. You have been losing, you are tired, you are losing your momentum, you're feeling, or you feel like you're losing your momentum, and you're tired because you are tired of receiving what could happen, what should happen, and not seeing it come into fruition. It's not coming into fruition because your masculine is not in balance and on board. It's already here. We assume that the blessings with this Three of Wands that we receive and that we're waiting for, we assume that they just come in magically. They're just like, poof, boom, blessing for you, boo. It doesn't work that way. And sometimes miracles can happen. Don't get me wrong. But in many ways, you've called that forward. And it's the action, right? Once this man sees the ship coming in, what is he going to do? Is he going to sit there and wait and expect somebody from the ship to come up and carry him down to the ship? He's got to make his voyage, grab his things, and get ready to get on that ship. He's got to collect all his papers and get ready to go. He's got to go make arrangements and make sure the dog's okay and everybody else is okay so he can go on his trip. Maybe he's receiving something from this ship. He's got to make sure that he's got his carriage and his horses ready to take it on. He's got to get ready to take the voyage and then take all those things and place them and where they need to go, sell them, whatever. There's action. And the masculine is asking to be part of this process. The masculine is asking to take it. The issue and the reason that you struggle is because we don't believe in ourselves. The lack of confidence is wounding the masculine. The lack of trust in your own virality. And with that comes gratitude. Nine of Pentacles, planting your seeds. This is what's going to push everything through. You've already placed your order. But you got to go pick that shit up. This is not delivery, boo-boo. You got to pick it up. The 9 is making it to the 10. 10 being completion. Pentacles representing manifestations, long term. Also, Pentacles representing months or years, cycles. Months, I heard. It's months. For some of you guys, what this is and what you're pushing in is going to sort of be a process that's going to cover you for the next 9 months. And this is like a business opportunity, a relationship, something that really ignites you. Not relationship. This is to do with your path, your individual path, is what I'm hearing as well. And with the 6 of Pentacles here in the upright position from the 6 to the 9, 6 plus 9 is 15. 5 plus 1 breaking down to a 6, breaking cycles. And the 5 of Cups, crying over spilled whatever that is. Beating yourself up over all the times that the Divine Feminine has brought you something to work with, and the Divine Masculine failed or didn't come to play. The Divine Masculine didn't come to play. Wondering what's possible now. What's possible now of all these times that I didn't do it? That was a cycle, going around and around and around and around, right? It's coming back around to see how you react to it, to see if your masculine is ready to take it forward. And Divine, how do we bring us into this confidence? A lot of you, this has also caused your feminine, within your feminine, to lose faith within the Divine at times, because you wonder why you haven't received these blessings. It's because not all of you is on board. If you guys ever pull cards for yourself, if you're ever pulling the 5 of Wands, a lot of times that comes up because of internal conflict, different aspects of yourself not being on board about the same thing, being pulled in different directions, energetically manifesting different contradictory things. And then we have the 7 of Swords. 7 is a very interesting number. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys are receiving it as of late. What is this about? What is this about, Spirit? Thank you. The Emperor in the reverse and the Temperance in the reverse. You're giving up right before you're about to get it. First, I'll show you the 7 of Swords. Ooh, they're telling me this is the masculine not knowing how to take what the feminine is offering and make it something that matters and works. So the masculine is taking all of these ideas and notions, and they're saying placing them, either forgetting them, removing them, or distorting them. It's like, how many times can masculine run its wheels until this idea is changed from what the feminine is offered? I just heard game of telephone. You can play telephone with yourself is what I'm hearing as well. Constantly going over things over and over and over again without action will change its original frequency. Wow, that was powerful. Put a little earmark on that one. And then we have the Emperor in the reverse. And notice how that's represented by the tortoise. And then the Temperance in the reverse. This screams, oh, it just flipped in the upright position on its own. Right? Having a foot on both. In the water and on land. Within spirit and also grounded in reality, taking steps forward. And the Emperor in the reverse is the lack of patience and also like an aimless wheel. Spinning your wheels aimlessly. Not having a plan, not having a strategy, and not letting yourself, giving yourself and your masculine the benefit of the doubt to know that if I stick to this and if I allow the feminine and trust the feminine, have faith in the feminine, and I move forward with this information, really taking steps to bring this into reality and doing whatever I can to protect that, I will bear fruit. I will see the results that I desire. This is really inspiring for me because I'm with you guys. I am right there. I am in it. The Wands in the reverse. 9 of Wands. Again, 9 of Wands. They're telling me 6 again, breaking cycles. 9 in reverse is a 6. Protecting yourself from what? Protecting yourself from failure. That's what this card is about. Protecting yourself, being wounded and having your guard up, having all of these different aspects of your life structured to protect you from new, having the door closed. And in the reverse, it's the opposite. In the reverse, it's opening up, knowing that this beast out here is your masculine. It has something to share. It has something. It has power. It has virility. Whatever the word is that means, like virile or virile. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm trying to say. The power to, the ability to withstand, endurance, virility. I don't know. I'm gonna have to hit up Webster after this. What else do you want to share with the Divine Masculine, Divine? Mm. 5 representing Tower moments, the end of cycle. 5 of Wands. We mentioned this card before. It's acknowledging that different aspects of you are on different pages. Think about the ability to manifest a relay race. The Divine Feminine brings it in, receives it. The Divine Masculine brings it forward. The inner child allows yourself to play, enjoy, and have fun with that creation. The shadow allows you to scan what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're working towards, even at work or whatever this is about, and be able to navigate the lower vibrational aspects of what is there and allows you to protect yourself from that. The light and the light aspect allows you to keep yourself a high vibration, keep yourself protected, keep yourself in the light, receiving. And then we have the King of Wands, which is, I love to pull this card, especially for myself, because I am an air sign, and we very much so need that fire energy. And this King of Wands is looking over his land, his people, but he's keeping his feminine in mind. And he moves quickly. He trusts the feminine, and he doesn't question. He doesn't allow himself to reel and think about everything that the feminine has offered and question whether or not it's worthy. And with the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse as well, that's what he's looking at. He's also looking at the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. He's realizing and he's looking at all of the times in which he didn't allow before what the feminine has offered. The feminine has given him the answer and the key the entire time. The feminine has been giving him directions the entire time. And he's questioning why it hasn't become anything. Back to this 8 of Pentacles. When you look closer at this card, why is he doing that? I'm not asking to be hypothetical or it's not a hypothetical question. I'm actually asking you so you can ask yourself. This gentleman here, he's working on his pentacles. The gentleman behind him is working with him. This is also about collaboration. A lot of you guys as masculines didn't know how to bring your feminine's ideas to the table when it comes to other people. And I apologize about my dog barking in the background. Can't do anything about it. Can't change it. I'm going to pull a postcard from Spirit and see what the divine has for the masculine in that form. Pause. All right, so like I said, I can't do anything about that, and I hate that we got all the way to the end of the video with that. But like I said, that's another aspect. Spirit is telling me this is important, and I'm going to honor that. Why is it important, Spirit? A lot of our masculines have distortions around perfectionism. And this insecurity also irritates, with the star card in the reverse, this insecurity also irritates this aspect of us that feels that anything less than a caliber of quality is not worth putting forward. This is a reason that a lot of us have given up in the past, because we've seen what the feminine offered, because the feminine offers it in all of its pristine glory. The feminine offers it in everything that it can encompass, and it gives it to you in a way that really makes you want to shoot for that. But then when you take a step in that direction and it's not that, give up. When things come in or things happen that are uncontrollable, that add to the imperfection of it all, we give up. We feel like it's not worth it. We feel like it's soiled, it's not meant to be. We overthink it. And now I've gone from being irritated to appreciative. And isn't that a blessing? Now, dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with life's uncertainties. The funny thing is that courage does not get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it, or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said. Take one step toward the gods, and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the Destiny Cha-Cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. I definitely recommend the postcard from Spirit because they are beautiful. And a lot of times, if you're a reader, when you pull this, especially at the end of your reading, it validates a lot of messages that have come through. And now I'm looking at the images here. And what is that but the divine masculine and the divine feminine collecting? That's the masculine, the cock, the rooster. And there's the feminine. And here's the divine. I really hope you guys appreciate this lane change. And don't forget to follow if you're interested in a booking or reading. Message me. If you have any questions or you want to reach out, you want to support, all of those links and information is in the description box of this video. And God bless till next time.